friends, welcome or welcome back to my channel. My name is Erica, and in today's video I am bringing you another episode of a newer series here on my channel. It's only episode 2 of Fab 5. Now what that is I randomly select 5 palettes out of my collection, and then I choose one shade at random out of each palette, and then I put an eye look together with those shades. Now I do have a couple of rules. One, if I have not used the palette yet, actually, does that matter? That doesn't matter, actually. I'm gonna get rid of that rule because who cares? If I haven't used it, then I can finally use it and use one shade out. I mean, who cares, right? That's dumb. But what was the other rule? Oh, if the shadows are the same, like if I pull a black matte out of one palette and a black matte out of another palette, then I'm gonna continue to generate until I get completely different tones, you know, or mostly different tones, right? That just seems like it makes the most sense to me. I want to have, I don't know, just as diverse of a 5 shadow group as I possibly can get within this context. And last time I answered a bunch of random questions because I have a random question generator app on my phone. Of course I do, because I'm extra like that. But this time I'm going to be answering some really fun makeup related questions that Jan Van answered in a recent video. I'll link her channel and her video in my description box. Really interesting questions about makeup, and I thought I am going to answer those in my next Fab 5 video. And Janny mentioned that she would like to join me in doing one of these episodes. So I think maybe like next month or something, because I mean, I can do this more than once a month, but I'm going to be taking a couple weeks off of filming at the end of December because of the holidays, and I just want to do that. So maybe in January, when I do my Fab 5 episode, she can join me for a collab. Wouldn't that be fun? Okay, so I do have all of my palettes written down here, and I'm just going to randomly choose 5 palettes out of here, and then randomly choose a shade out of each palette, and then I got to prime my lid and put my brows together and all that kind of stuff. Okay, so let me get into my random generator app thingamajiggy. Where is it? There it is. And I have 234 palettes. I'm going to be doing a collection declutter video in January, so it won't be this enormous in January. Okay, the first one is 14, and that is the Beauty Bay Utopia palette. Wowza. Okay, I just make note of which palettes I picked. Okay, and then the next one is 60, and that is the ColourPop Goin' Coconuts palette. Ooh, okay. So we got a really colorful palette and a very neutral palette. Then let's see, 224. Ooh, that's the Nomad Haunted Europe palette. Okay, I've been wanting to do another video with that, or another look with that, because I wasn't really sure how I felt about it. So that's good. I gotta turn my fan on. I'm sweating already. Jeez. Not fun getting old, because you start having hot flashes constantly. It's horrible. 101. Okay, so this is the 4th palette. That is the Juvia's Place Culture 2 palette. Okay, this is a great mix. And then my last palette here is 3. Okay, what's the 3rd palette? That is the Artitude Color Splash palette. Holy cow. Okay, so I'm gonna go round up those palettes, and then I will randomly choose one shade out of each palette. Wish me luck. So I cranked the air up because I'm sweating so bad. And I've also rounded up the palettes. So now I'm going to randomly choose a shade out of each palette. Let me pull up my random generator thing again. Whoops, I kind of closed my phone out. Okay, so starting off with the Goin' Coconuts palette. And there are 9 shades in here. So I'm also gonna write down the shade names. Hold on, let me kind of scooch this stuff around here so I can not make such a mess. Well, that's okay, I'll just do it like this. It's fine, but I gotta, gosh, there's just, in the new year, I'm going to be arranging things in this room very differently because I can't stand it. Okay, so let's go into this 9, done. Okay, generate. 7. Okay. That's this shade here, and that is called Get Kraken. And I think this is a sequin matte, I'm pretty sure. It's these neutral shades that are throwing me for a loop, you guys. Because that's what was tough the last time around for me, was the neutral shades, not the colorful shades, which I don't know. Anyway, so we'll see where that's gonna go. Okay, the next palette is the Utopia, and this is 8 pans, like really bright neon shades. Okay, generate 3. And that is, ooh, this shade right here, this yellow shade that's had the purple blow up into it. And that is, oh my gosh, my eyesight is so horrible. That is the shade Eden. Eden, like Garden of Eden. Okay, like we get it. Okay, Eden, and I know I'm shaking the phone, sorry. Alrighty. Yeah, I think, and honestly, I might move my desk back over there. I don't know. I haven't decided yet what I'm gonna do. Okay, and then we have the Haunted Europe palette. And this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 18. Okay, 18. Done, generate. 13, everybody see that? Okay, 13, so 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13. Oh geez, that is the Catacombs. Okay. I will swatch these on my hands or my arm or whatever, so you guys can see the color story that I'm working with. This is going to be really difficult. I have a feeling. Oh my god. Okay, the next one is Artitude Color Splash, and this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times 3 is 18. Jeez. Okay, so I don't have to change anything. Generate 7, 6, 7, which is the brown. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I feel like I know what I might do. It depends on what shade I get from the Culture 2 palette, and that's Chestnut. Okay. Actually, wait a minute. I want to look and see how similar the Going Coconut shade is to that, because if it's too similar, I'm not going to do it, because I don't want the same color. Hold on, let me see. It's basically the same damn color. Okay, I'm not doing that. So let me regenerate out of this. And you don't have to agree, it's okay, but I think it's too similar of a color. I don't like that, because it's, I don't know, it's too limiting, I feel like. Okay, 6. Ooh, lemon. But is that too similar to the, this is getting me in kind of a pickle here. No. No, I don't think so. Is it? I don't think so. I really don't think so. I think I'm just going to go ahead and stick with that. Or should I just... I'm just concerned that it's going to look the same on my eyelid. I'm going to generate again. 2. And that is this shade here called Daydream. Okay, I can do that. That's fine. That's very different than the other ones. I don't know that I like this color story, but you know what? Oh well. Oh well. My bright idea to do this. Okay, so then I have the last one here is Juvia's Place Culture 2. And this has, holy cow, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times 1, 2, 3, 5 is 30. Okay, geez, it's a lot of shades. I didn't like that. I mean, it's a big palette, obviously, I knew that, but okay, generate 2 again, and that's that. What is the deal? What is the deal? Why am I getting, I don't know, I'm gonna generate it again. That's too similar to the one from the 12. Okay. 1, 2, 3, this shade here. Okay, that's nice. I like that one. That's Chua, I think is how you pronounce that. Okay, so, geez, let me swatch these for you guys. We'll see what color story I'm working with now. I don't know, this is not, I mean, I have all these great colors, and I thought, oh, I'm gonna get some really fun colors, and I mean, they're not horrible. They're just not as exciting as what I was hoping they would be. Okay, so this is Chua from Juvia's Place. That's pretty gold shade. All right, and then out of Artitude, out of all of these colors, I chose that one, which is annoying to me, honestly. And I could continue to try to, but I'm not supposed to do that. You know, like not supposed to. Oh, actually, no, that's actually pretty nice. Okay, that's kind of like a pinky orange. Yeah, that's better than I thought it was. Okay, calm down, Grumpy. And then I'm gonna go into Get Kraken from here, from the Golden Coconuts palette. Actually, you know what? I like this color story. It's pretty. Okay, and then I have this shade from the Haunted Europe, which is the Catacombs. Alrighty, do I have that? Yeah, I have a clean finger here. Okay, ooh. You know, I think I'm gonna like this, you guys, I really do. Okay, and then the last one, this is where it's gonna probably throw me for a little bit of a loop. Not exactly sure where to put this shade, is the Utopia palette. Actually, I might put this in my inner corner. Yes, I think I will. Holy cow. Wow. Wowza. That's the color story I'm working with. I actually like it. I didn't think I was gonna like it, but I actually do. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is go off camera, do my brows, get my eyelid primed, or eyelids primed. I'll do both eyelids on camera, and then get my questions, Janny's questions all ready to go, and film this damn video. So my brows are done in the Control Freak from NYX in clear brow gel. And then I did prime my eyelids in the Juvia's Place Prep Prime eyeshadow primer, of course. And I'm gonna start off by going into the shade here, Daydream, and putting that in my transition area. I am going back and forth with how I feel about this color story. I hated it, loved it. No, I don't know. We'll see. And I'm going to answer Jandy's questions. Awesome. Okay, so the first one is, what do you love about makeup? And what I love about makeup is, for me anyway, it's a real wonderful self-care thing that I do for myself, obviously. Self-care, self. It's just something that helps me kind of like center myself, connect with myself. And I know that sounds probably very like, but it's just the truth. That's just how I feel. I need to leave the palette open. I always shut it and then I have to open it, shut it, open it. It's stupid. I've done that for years. Like, when am I going to learn? I don't need to do that, right? What else do I love about makeup? It's fun. It's creative. I love the transformative process. I think it's beautiful. It's just like a fun, really fun thing I do for me, you know? And that has been a very attractive part of makeup for me, because I've mentioned this so many times on my channel, but you know, a single mom for the majority of my kids' lives. I am married now, but I was a single mom the majority of their lives. That somebody said to me, like, you said you're a single mom and you're married, you're lying. And I'm like, nope, not lying. I'm married now. We've only been married for 4 years. And I was a single mom from the time they were born, brief marriage. And then anyway, moving on. We're not even talking about that. Let's see, what else do I love about makeup? I guess, you know, that's pretty much the top stuff that I love about makeup. You know, the self-care aspect. It's fun, it's creative, it's beautiful. I just get so excited about it. I know, I just love it so much. And that's why I started my channel, was just to share my love and my excitement for makeup with you guys. Number 2, what do you not love about makeup? The prices sometimes. I think it can be out of control. What else? I think it's not, it's too inclusive. I don't think, or no, what's the word I'm looking for? Most often I would say brands exclude a lot of, that's what I'm saying. It excludes a lot of people because they don't have a good shade range for foundation. They don't take into consideration various skin tones when they put an eyeshadow palette together, or blush, or concealer, or powder. You know, it's just like, hello, not everybody's this skin color. And that is really obnoxious to me, really obnoxious. And I wish that brands could get better about being more inclusive with everyone, take everyone into account. And I just don't see that a whole lot. Some brands I think are really good at it, and other brands I'm like, hello. And, I could be much more aware of that, obviously. I probably use brands on my channel that are not very inclusive, and I probably alienated some people from my channel because of that, and I don't mean to do that. One of the things I hate about the makeup space, which that's not really what this question is asking, but I'm going to say this anyway, and I've mentioned this multiple times, is the yuck stuff that can go on here. Just yuck, competitive, bullying, nastiness. When I feel like this should just be a fun, really easy breezy space to be, right? For the most part, not that it can't be serious and can't take on challenging or really like important topics, and of course, right, I realize that, but I do think that like the makeup aspect of it, like it's meant to be, like I mentioned in question number 1, fun, beautiful, creative, and there can be this very I'm going to stop using this shade, I promise. This very like elitist, bullying, gross aspect of it, and it's almost taken me out of this space a couple times just because I just ugh. So those are the things I dislike about makeup: the prices, the fact that I think it's not inclusive enough across the board at all, and just the yuck that can go on in the YouTube beauty space, and just the beauty space in general, not just on YouTube. Now I'm going to go into the shade here called Get Crackin', and I believe this is a sequin matte, so I'm going to put this in my outer V and in my crease too. I just need to get a brush. Number 3, do you go out into the world without makeup on? Oh yes, often I go out into the world without makeup on. This palette is starting to get a little weird because that just like started turning into dust right away. I don't know. This might be decluttered when I do my declutter video, which I don't want to declutter because I love this palette, but it's old. This palette is old. Oh yeah, I go out into the world often without makeup. Like I just had a work event, like a not Christmas, holiday, or not holiday, winter gathering with my staff, and we try to leave it very, just winter, not really focusing on the holidays because not everybody celebrates the same holidays. And I just wore mascara and some little bit of blush, and I think a little bit of lip balm, and that was it. So I had a little bit of makeup on, but I just didn't feel like going through. Lots of times I go to work without makeup on. I typically do not wear makeup on the weekends. I have no problem being seen without my makeup on. I don't care. I don't care at all. It's not a big deal. It's, sometimes I just don't have the time nor the inclination to put my makeup on. Doesn't mean that I, have any kind of negative feeling about it in that moment or anything like that. It's just, I don't care. Just like, I don't need to wear makeup today. I'm fine. Number 4, why do you wear makeup? Because I love it. I love it. It's fun, beautiful, creative. I don't wear makeup for anyone but myself. I have had people make comments to me or ask me like, oh, does your husband want you to do that? No. I mean, he likes that I wear makeup, sure, but he likes when I don't wear makeup. He doesn't care. Like, he doesn't care. He will commonly say he likes my makeup, sure, but he thinks that he has told me that I'm naturally beautiful, so he doesn't care. I've also had people tell me that they think I'm too old to wear makeup, and I don't care about that either. I wear makeup. The reason why I wear makeup is because it makes me feel good, and I think it's gorgeous and it's fun. So, I'm not worried about what anybody else thinks. I just think there's a lot of misconceptions around why people wear makeup, and it's really unfortunate because it's honestly how I look at it. It's no one else's business why somebody else wears makeup. It's a very personal thing, I feel like, and just like I feel like religion or politics, or, you know, it's just a personal thing. And this happens to be something I just really love. So didn't anticipate loving makeup like I do now. Not at all. I mean, I haven't always loved makeup, and I think there's that question's coming, so I need to not get ahead of myself. But yeah, I think it's so fun. Okay, that's enough, and I've totally made a huge harsh edge. So I'm gonna go back around with this brush, maybe with just a little bit of the Color Splash shade, the Daydream shade. Yeah, that shade's a mess. It's like really super dusty. I mean, it's all over the front of the palette now. Hold on. Yeah, it's a freaking mess. Okay. That palette's probably going bye-bye when I do my declutter because it's just way too dusty. I mean, I don't know if all the shades are like that, but that one definitely is. Let's see, number 5. Do you think you look better with makeup on? Yeah. Well, okay. Yes and no. It depends. I do think, like at the beginning of the day when I first put my makeup on, I think I look great. But there have been times where I have come home after work and my makeup did not last well. And I don't think I look better at that point. I'm like, yikes. But across the board, I do like how my face looks with makeup on it. Sure, absolutely I do. I have created some makeup looks that I didn't love. That I didn't, you know, I didn't think I looked better then. Of course not. But I don't know, because I do think there are times when I think, like, especially if I've been out in the sun and I have like a, you know, kind of like a sun glow to my face. I wouldn't necessarily call it a tan, but a sun glow to my skin. I do think I look pretty. I do. So it just kind of depends, I guess. Like during the winter when I'm, you know, neon white, I could use my thighs as flashlights. I don't necessarily think I look better. So I appreciate the makeups in the winter time because I do think it makes me look a little bit less neon. But I'll go back in with this brush too, just very lightly. So I don't know, that's not kind of a convoluted answer, I realize. I think I can look better with makeup on sometimes, but I also think I can look better without makeup on sometimes. Now I'm going to go into this palette, the Haunted Europe, and I'm going to put this shade here, the Catacombs, towards the outer part of the lid. This is where it's might get a little weird. Okay, let's see. Number 6. Have you always loved makeup? I need to clean this brush off a little bit. I haven't always loved makeup. I mean, I have never hated makeup, but I've never loved makeup or been as into makeup as I am, or as I have been since like 2018. Before that, I would just wear it. I mean, I would wear it, but not as much as I wear now, not as often as I wear now. I had a very minimal makeup collection. I mean, I wouldn't even call it a collection. I just had some makeup, you know. But, and I know I've said this 1,000 bajillion times, my daughter got me the Kathleen Light's Dream Street palette for, I think it was Christmas of 2018 maybe, or 7, I don't know. And I just was like, oh, this is so fun. This is such a beautiful eyeshadow. I'd never really even looked at an eyeshadow palette like that before. I would always just get the little trios from CoverGirl or Revlon or whatever, you know. Very neutral, very basic, and I'd never really seen anything like that before. I don't know. I mean, I'd seen like blue palettes. I don't know, but nothing like that. I mean, that was like the first time I saw a real eyeshadow palette. I was like, oh, wow. And she got me some brushes, and I didn't know how to use the brushes because I'd only used the sponge tip applicators. And I'm like, Sydney, I don't know what to do with these. And she's like, Mom, go on to YouTube and you can watch people show you how to use these brushes and how to use the eyeshadow palette and stuff. And I'm like, okay. And I did, and that was it. I don't know why. That's just, yeah, that was it. So no, I have not always loved makeup. And I will say too, this is not really part of this question, but I'm going to give you this information now. There's a lot of people in my life that don't know that I love makeup. And because I just feel like they're going to judge me if I tell them how much I love makeup. There's a lot of people in my life that don't even know I have a YouTube channel. A ton of people in my life that do not know I have a YouTube channel. I don't announce that to everybody because I am concerned about, and I shouldn't be, I know that, but I'm just being honest, so please don't come at me in the comment section. It's just, I'm being honest, I'm being vulnerable and telling you how I feel, so just be kind. 'Cause I know lots of people think they have the right to tell you how you should feel about things, and I just get a little frustrated with that sometimes. I just don't want to be judged for it. I don't want to be judged for it, so I just don't tell a lot of people. There's a lot of my family members that don't know I have a YouTube channel. There's a lot of my friends that don't know I have a YouTube channel. There's people I work with that don't know. I just don't tell people because I don't know. I just don't think they need to know because I'm afraid they're going to be jerks about it. And if they are jerks about it, I'm going to get pissed. And I don't want to like say something that's going to like, I don't know. Anyway, I like that shade, but this is looking really weird. I actually might end up taking this all the way out to the outer edge here. We'll see. Because that Going Coconuts palette's going bye-bye. It's crap now. That's really too bad because I didn't use it nearly enough. That's why I'm doing a declutter, because I'm just tired of that. So anyway, what was the question? Have you always done makeup? God, where did we get, where did I get here from? I don't know. Next question, number 7, was your love for makeup supported or snarked? Well, I kind of answered that. Now I'm going to go into this shade here, Chua. Put that towards the front of the lid. Okay, so the people that know about my makeup love are very supportive. My husband's super supportive. My kids, super supportive. Like, I don't always now, but I used to always send my daughter pictures of my makeup look every day. And anytime my daughter does her makeup, she always sends me a picture of her makeup. And she's very talented. She, excuse me, I have like a wheezy in my chest there. She is very talented, and I wish she'd start a channel, but she's got a baby, so she's probably not going to start a channel. Oh, this is a really pretty shade. I like this a lot. I am going to take this shade all the way out to the outer edge. That Going Coconuts, it's like almost looks like it's falling off my lid. It's super, like I can see, I don't know, it could be the lighting, but I think it's the shadow. It's just yuck. You know, my son was very concerned about me starting a YouTube channel, which I know I feel like I repeat myself all the time. I hate that, but you know, I don't think everybody watches all of my videos that's here. Maybe I don't think so. No. Like obviously not all of my subscribers watch my videos anyway. Anyway, okay, moving on. My son was like, don't start a YouTube channel, Mom, because people are so awful in social media and especially on YouTube, and they're going to be so nasty to you. And if they are, I'm going to lose my shit and end up, you know, probably getting kicked off YouTube. And it's been great. Like I've gotten a few negative comments here and there, but you know, so, you know, his fears or his concerns, he wasn't really afraid, but his concerns haven't really been warranted. I do have some close friends that know about my channel and know about my love for makeup, and they are also very supportive. But I also have had some friends who I know are like, what the hell? What? Why? I don't get it. Because they're not into makeup and they just think it's strange. And they also, I know, think it's strange that this is the age that I've gotten into makeup, you know, like in my late 40s and now I'm 50. And I know they think it's just freaking bizarre. Well, I don't know what to tell them, you know. So I would say for the most part, though, people are very supportive. But I do know that, like I said, there are people in my life that I know have been like, what? Okay. You're too old and I don't get it. So, and that's whatever. That is what it is. They're entitled to their opinion, sure, but they're not entitled to change how I do things. Yeah, there's no way in hell I'm leaving it like that. Looks like shit. Okay, so I am going to go back into the Haunted Europe palette and just take this shade to the end here. This is just not my jam. And it's a bummer because there are so many cool shades in these palettes, and the fact that it's annoying, but you know what? I said that I would go with whatever, and also it kept giving me the same tones. I'm like, what the hell? Anyway, okay. Next question, number 8. How does your significant other or family feel about your makeup? I already said that, right? I already answered that. They love it. They really do. They're very supportive. My daughter especially, she's like, Mom, your makeup looks so good. She always wants me to do her makeup when my hubby and I go down to visit. Like I typically will do her makeup because, you know, we always really enforce that she and her husband go out and leave us with the baby. I love it. It's my favorite thing in the world to just have him to myself, or my husband and I to ourselves. And when they do that, I usually do her makeup, which is really fun. And she trusts me and it turns out pretty good. I mean, I'm not great at doing other people's makeup. I'm better at doing my own, but it is really fun to do her makeup. But yeah, and my husband always likes to, oh, what do you have on your eyelids? Oh, that's pretty. And like, he's actually talked to me about like, ooh, what if we could start our own makeup brand together? And like, cause he's really into like animals, and like we would make an animal themed makeup brand. And you know, we've talked about that multiple times on our walks, and he's come up with some really cool ideas for eyeshadow palettes. Like, I'm very impressed with his thoughts about it. Really am. He's really, yeah, really giving me some cool ideas for if I were to start a makeup brand. I'm not going to because I don't have the money for it, but it would be cool. Absolutely, because he'd be very supportive and very helpful. Okay, I like it. I like it. It's not my favorite look I've ever done, but it's okay. I'm going to keep going because I'm going to go back into this palette and just put a little bit of that around the outer edge of that. Because it's working for that part of the look, I feel like, but out in that outer corner, man, that was not cool. Number 9, are you more likely to be wearing makeup during the week or weekend? Week. I very rarely wear makeup on the weekend. I don't do a whole hell of a lot on the weekends if I can avoid it, okay? Number 10, do you think you'll always wear makeup? I don't know. That's a really interesting question, I feel like. I don't know. I mean, right now, I feel like I'd be like, hell yeah, of course I'm always going to wear makeup, but I may change my mind and not. I don't know. Or maybe what I would do is just maybe not wear as much makeup at some point as I do now. You know what I mean? Like, maybe cut some steps out, like maybe not wear foundation or not put powder on, or I don't know, or blush, or well, I like blush. So I don't know. I used to never wear base products. I used to never wear foundation, never wear concealer. I don't really use concealer at all now. I don't at all anymore because I just don't feel like I need to. And I feel like it's on me, it just looks a little cakey and I just don't love how it looks, but you know, that's just my personal opinion. So I may go back to not wearing any base products, but I don't know. I'll have to just wait and see, right? And then the last question here is number 11. Do you prefer fall? No, not fall. Do you prefer full-on makeup or a little of this and that? I mean, I know I just said when I went to my work thing, I only wore mascara and blush and a little bit of lip balm, but that's, I would rather wear a full face of makeup. That's just my personal, if I'm going to wear makeup, that's typically what I do, is wear a full face of makeup. I don't just, you know, use a little bit of this or that. And I don't really know why I did that necessarily, other than I just felt like I didn't want to go completely barefaced. I just wanted to have just a skosh of makeup on, but that's not typical for me. Usually it's either all or nothing. So, and my coworker even mentioned it. She's like, oh, you don't have, like, you look beautiful, but you don't have a lot of, I thought you'd have, like, I was excited to see what you would do with your makeup for this. Because she knows I have a channel. And I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. She's like, oh, no, that's fine. I just thought, oh, you'd probably have some, you know, really like, just bam, makeup look. Okay, so I'm pretty much done with this. I do like it. I do like it. It's not my favorite look I've ever done, but I do like it. I think I was able to kind of pull things together in a cohesive way. What I'm going to do with this shade, Eden, is I am going to pop that in my inner corners. We shall see. Normally I put shimmer there, but I do like to put mattes in my inner corners, and Janny Boo, she taught me that too. Janny's amazing. I love my Janny Boo. So what I'll do is go off camera, clean this up, maybe blend a little bit more because that looks a little harsh. Clean this up, do the rest of my face, pop this in my inner corners, and I'll be back. So this is my finished look, and I do like it. I don't love it, but I do like it. I just am kind of disappointed, honestly, in the shadows that I randomly generated for this look, but you know, this was my idea to do this series, and there's just going to be times when I don't always love the shades that I randomly chose. And honestly, I kind of feel like I should have just stuck with what I originally generated, and I'll go into more detail about that here in just a minute. But let me show you some things I have on my face for this finished look. I'm not going to show you my base products because it's the same base products I use all the time. I mean, if you've watched my past videos, you know, I'll list it. Should I just show you? I'll just show you. I'll just show you. Because what if you're here and you've never seen, you might want to know. Okay, so I use these two base products every single time I put my base makeup on. This is the Maybelline BB Fresh BB Cream in medium, and this is the Wet n Wild Tinted Hydrator in medium. And then I also use the CoverGirl Clean Professional Loose Setting Powder in translucent. This is, oh, there's still a pretty good amount left, but I'm going to use this whole thing up. That's my goal, is to use the whole thing up. And then for my bronzer, I'm using the LYS, what is this? No Limits Bronzer in Motivate or Light. Loving it. Loving it, loving it. And then the Blame It on the Blush palette from Made by Mitchell. I use a shade here called Ben Papt. And I did look up what that means, and now I can't remember what it means. Of course, my brain's like, no, let's just let go of that information, but love that shade. It's beautiful. And then for my mascara, I'm using my full tube of the Maybelline New York Sky High, because my little tube's just running out of product. And then for my upper lid liner, I use the L'Oreal Infallible Super Slim Felt Tip Liner in brown. And then I did an ombre lip, sorta. I mean, I'm not real good at this, but I'm trying to do different stuff every once in a while. I use the Queen Nubia Cosmetics liquid lipstick in the shade My Lisa around the outer perimeter of my lips, or whatever you want to call it. And then this lipstick from Glam Light, from the Friday the 13th collection. This peach, and it's got like dripping blood down that's like carved into the lipstick. Really cool. And then I put my Willy Wonka gloss over the top from Makeup Revolution, because my lips are super chapped and it didn't look that great. So I thought, well, let's gloss it up, kind of hide that if I can. I really like how my lips look. Not a perfect ombre lip by any means. And I'm noticing that I'm getting some bleedage because my, skin's getting a little wrinkly around my lips. I probably should use a lip liner, and I don't, but I do really like it. So now let's talk about the eyeshadows. What I wish I had done is just kept this shade from, I do really love this shimmer shade, but this shade I should have just kept. But I felt like it was basically the same shade as this. It's darker. This is darker than this. I could have done that. I didn't. Big deal. Nobody probably really cares except for me. But this is gorgeous, absolutely beautiful in the front part of my lids, or on the front part of my lids, whatever. This shade Eden, I did pop in my inner corners. I think it's gorgeous. It's kind of just an unexpected little pop of greeny yellow, which I think is cool. Kind of makes it a little bit less neutral, and I do think this looks kind of boring. I do, but I like it. I don't know if whatever. This shade here, the Catacombs, is really lovely. Not super exciting, but it is lovely. This shade from the Go and Coke, it's just all over the front of the palette. What was it? Get Packin'. This palette's out of here. I'm not keeping this palette. It's just, I didn't use it enough. It's old, it's crumbly, dusty. I did put this on my lower lash lines just because I was like, I don't really like to put shimmers down here. I really don't. I think that looks strange on me. Unless it's just a little bit towards the front part of the lower lash line. And it's just falling the F apart. It's all over the palette. I did clean it up a little bit, but I don't know. Just too old. It's really unfortunate. This is a beautiful little palette, but I'm just irritated because it's getting everywhere. And then this shade here, Daydream, had a lot more to it than what I thought. I just thought this was going to be just kind of a blah kind of peach shade. It had a lot more oomph to it, or more more noticeable on my lids than what I expected, and it really helped things kind of blend together, I felt like. What do you guys think of this look? Be honest. You can be honest in the comment section. Let me know what you think. It was kind of a bummer, honestly, because most of these palettes, except for this, have some really beautiful, colorful shades. And I thought, ooh, this is going to be, like, as I was choosing them, I thought, oh, this is going to be so fun because it's going to be super colorful. And then it just wasn't. It just wasn't colorful, really. So I don't know. There is a risk when you do this, right? Obviously, I'm well aware of that. There's a risk because you don't have any clue what shadows you're going to get. And I'm never going to kick a shadow out for the texture that it is. So I could get all mattes, I could get all shimmers, but I really do want to have very different tones from each other. That's my goal here, is not to pick the same color family necessarily. But I kind of, like I said, I wish I had kept that more kind of chartreuse yellowy green from the Juvia's Place Culture too, but then I wouldn't have this gold shimmer. I don't know. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed watching this look come together, and I really hope you enjoyed the answers to Jan's questions. Jan made those up all on her own. I'm so proud of her, because she's always telling me like, oh, you're like, when she and Shawnee and I do our collabs, she's like, oh, you two are the question getters. You know, you guys are the ones that really, she did a great job. Jan, I really think with our next collab, you need to pick the questions. But I love Jan to pieces, and I love Jan to pieces. I will link her channel and her video, the 11 question video, in my description box. Go watch it if you haven't, and if you have not yet subscribed to Jan's channel, go do it. She is so precious to me. I love Jan. She is wonderful. And I really hope that she and I can do the Fab Five as a collab in January. Thank you guys so much for taking time out of your lives to sit down and watch this video. If you're new here and you enjoyed what you saw, please consider subscribing, smash the like button, and of course, comment down below in the comment section. I love to chat with you guys there. If you've been here before, thank you so much for coming back. I cannot wait to see you guys again in my next video. But in the meantime, please take very good care of yourself. Be well, safe, happy, and I will see you soon. Bye.
Drop it.